All right, so today is Friday, the 23rd of May, 2025. Good morning, Mr. Michael. Okay. Now, there are a couple of fundamental events today. One was released some few minutes ago, and that's the retail sales from the United Kingdom, which data came out good for the British pound. The next event will come up by 1:30 p.m. So I think I'll just need to leave that for the afternoon analysis session. Let's focus on what the market can give us this morning. Firstly, I'll just flip over now to the MetaTrader platform. And we'll look at the GBP USD. I'll come back to this GBP card. Let's start with the intraday setup. And I have quite a number of them. Now, this is GBP USD. Yeah, the data came out good for the pound, but I've held a bearish outlook on this instrument in the last 2 days, anticipating a reversal in price. So let's see if that will happen today. There was a resistance level there from the daily to the weekly time frame, and the current daily candle, is actually testing that resistance. Well, let's see what happens in the course of today. Yeah, price seems to be projecting above that resistance, but the day is not yet over, so anything is still very much possible. The current breakout you are seeing is because of the news that was just released. Now, we should not neglect the fact that we still have this rejection candle from the 1 hour time frame, which that rejection candle can still act as a resistance. So price is still trading within a resistance zone, even though it broke the daily, resistance is still within the range of the 1 hour resistance. So a reversal is still very, very much possible. So we can still comfortably draw a trend line. Now this will be on the big picture side. So let's look at what is more attainable or achievable in the course of today. We can draw a trend line right here, and we can draw a second one at the back to give us a rising wedge pattern. So possibly in the course of today, we can expect a reversal. So if price reverses below and breaks out below this lower trend line, then we'll anticipate a reversal on GBP USD. Before I go further, there was one analysis I gave yesterday on New Zealand USD in the afternoon, and price actually went in line with that analysis. I'm trying to search for it. All right, yeah, this is it. You can see it on the chart. Yeah, this is much. This reversal happened, in the course of the night. But yesterday, price went exactly in line with the analysis, of a New Zealand USD, which was given yesterday. So just try to give you an update. So we're bearish on the GBP USD today. We'll look out for a reversal into the bearish direction on the GBP USD. And also, I'm bearish on gold today also. Now, for gold, I said it earlier at the beginning of the week that I was bullish, and we have seen about 750 pip move in the bullish direction on gold. But currently, gold is also trading at a critical level where we have a descending trend line. Technically, this should give us a bearish movement. And secondly, is the fact that we have a resistance zone. And thirdly, we're seeing a pattern form around this confluence of resistance and trend line, which is looking a lot like a head and shoulder pattern, which is actually still in formation though. But then we might be expecting, or anticipating a drop in price of gold today. If I take it down to 1 hour time frame, it's a lot clearer. This is it on 1 hour, and this is a shoulder, a head, a second shoulder, and we may be looking at a drop. And we can also take it further by drawing a trend line here to still have a rising weight pattern for further confirmation. So I hold a bearish outlook on gold today. So if price, this is the action plan. If price breaks out below the trend line with the RSI clearly below 50, it will be a time to trigger a sell on gold. So we have a bearish outlook on gold today. All right, I'm also looking at the New Zealand card today. Now, for this setup, going down to the daily time frame, we can clearly see that price hit a support level recently on the daily time frame. You can see we have a support, and last night candle, or yesterday candle rather, also closed on that support level. So we have price hitting that support level 3 times. Now this is the 1 hour time frame. We still have that valid support on the daily. Now we'll be anticipating a reversal breakout on New Zealand card in the course of today. Now there are two ways this will happen. I'm seeing an inverse head and shoulder pattern in formation, which could lead to a breakout. That's on one side. And on the other hand, it could actually, price will actually come down again to retest that support level, now form a double bottom and still break out. Either way it happens, what is the most important is the breakout, which we anticipate on New Zealand card. And if you are a fan of, an early entry with 15 minutes time frame, yes, you can still flip down to 15 minutes time frame to get a clearer and faster entry. So it's either it drops to the support and form a double bottom and breakout, or it gives us an inverse head and shoulder and it breaks out. These are the two scenarios we will likely expect. But the most important part for entry is wait for a clear breakout above the lower trend line with RSI above 50. Then you can trigger a buy on the New Zealand card. So we're bullish on the New Zealand card. Now, all this setup, they are GBP USD is on a 1 hour, gold is on 1 hour, New Zealand card can be on 1 hour or 15 minutes. It all depends on your choice. But we're bullish, we're bearish on GBP USD and gold, but we're bullish on New Zealand card. Now, since we have a bearish outlook on gold, we'll be looking at a bullish possibility around the USD JPY. And these are my reasons for a bullish outlook on the USD JPY. Firstly, we have yesterday's candle closed as a rejection candle around a previous tweezer bottom candlestick pattern, which formed a support zone. So technically, we'll be looking at a bullish breakout on this instrument today. And if we flip down to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that we can draw a trend line and a second one to form a falling wedge pattern. And we're having what looks a lot more now like as a double bottom pattern where we anticipate a bullish breakout. So we're bullish on the USD JPY. Now, if this completes as a double bottom pattern, the best way to take our entry will be that we'll wait for a clear breakout above the neckline region, which is this region here. So whenever price breaks out above this rectangle, that will be the time with our RSI clearly above 50. That will be the time to trigger a buy on the USD JPY. So we're bullish on the USD JPY on 1 hour time frame. I'll look at the DJ30. Now, I've been following this instrument in the last couple of days. Now, in the big picture, I believe this will be a bearish setup, likely because of this massive bearish candle that dropped 2 days ago because price hit a resistance, level on the daily time frame. We may have further bearish continuation on this instrument. That's on the daily. But however, on the 4 hour, price is trading around a support level. Now, two things I'm seeing around here. One, in the short term, I'm seeing the possibility of a double bottom pattern forming on the 1 hour time frame. All right, Ajibola Olakule is saying he or she can't hear anything. Is that everybody's experience? I want to know if you can hear me clearly, please. Can you type a yes or you can unmute your mic? Okay, Elsmat, I want to know what you mean by no. Is it that you cannot hear me? You can hear me. Belubi can hear me. Ekpe Ambassador can hear me. All right, thank you.
I can hear you clearly, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. All right,
I
so
can hear you.
okay, thank you. Everybody can hear me, so I think the issue should be from the end of Ajibola. So let me just respond to the person. Ajibola Olakunle, kindly check your device. Check your device, log out, and check. All right, thank you for the response. So now this instrument should be traded with a lot of caution because it's volatile, but if this works out as planned, it can lead to massive profit. Now, on one angle, like I said, you can see the support zone right there. We may have price, go up with from a double bottom pattern in order to complete a head and shoulder pattern, then eventually drop. That's on one side. So if I flip down to 1 hour, we might be expecting, it's not looking as perfect as I expect. The 4 hour side looks to be better off. A second drop and a breakout, at least to test the resistance here. That's on one side, and that is a short-term movement if it happens like that, But the eventual thing I'm seeing forming could really be a head and shoulder pattern, which will lead to a massive breakout. So there will be a short-term a retracement in the bullish direction, very possible. Or if that is not going to happen, we may have an outright breakout of price below that support level, and that will be a massive bearish breakout. So we can watch out for whichever one happens out of the two. If a new candle opens below the current support level on 4 hour, that means that price is ignoring that bullish retracement and is just ready for the full bearish blast. Otherwise, if price will go back up here, then you can just look for an opportunity to enter at the break of the neckline if it's a double bottom pattern. Though eventually, when it hits this resistance, we'll anticipate a reversal, but that'll be much later. But you can still catch some pips, in that upside movement, which is short-term based. So I'm bullish on DJ30 on the 1 hour, and I'm bearish on the 4 hour. And finally, the last one I have is a swing. It's complete swing, and that is the GBP card. And I've been watching this also in the last couple of days, though it's a little looking quiet for now, but obviously maybe before the end of today or early in the new week, we'll see the major move on this one. Firstly, price, has been making some rejection candles here, which is, also having some resistance with the other candles in the previous time on the daily time frame. So we have a valid resistance zone on the daily time frame. And if you flip down to the 4 hour, you can still see the rejection candles testing the resistance level. That's a very strong one, indicating the possibility of a reversal. And if I flip down to the 4 hour, I can draw my trend line and a second one to form a perfect looking rising wedge pattern. There's also a minor support here, which I will expect price to break out below. All right. So if price breaks out below the trend line and this support zone, it will be time to trigger a swing sell trade on GBP card. You can see that RSI is trading around 50. MACD is also very close to the zero. So if RSI crosses below 50 and possibly MACD crosses below zero, I tell you that that would be a very massive opportunity to take a sell on the GBP card. So we're bearish on the GBP card and it's a swing setup. So for swing traders, put your attention a lot on this, and you can make that should be a massive dropout. I mean, drop on this one, massive breakout. I'll check the profit potential so that that can motivate you to put your attention on this instrument today. And if the entry is below that support zone, to Fibonacci 50 can give you about 60 pips, to 61.8 can give about 104 pips, and to Fibonacci 78.6 can give about 168 pips thereabout. So between 60 pips and 168 pips rather, that's a whole lot, to catch on this setup. All right, that's going to be all from my end this morning. I'll give you a little recap of all I've said so far. I said that we are bearish on the GBP USD on 1 hour. We're bearish on gold on 1 hour. We're bullish on New Zealand CAD on 1 hour. We're bullish on USD JPY on 1 hour. For DJ30, we're bullish on 1 hour. We're bearish on 4 hour. And on GBP CAD, we're bearish on 4 hour. That's my recap of all the instruments I've analyzed this morning. 6 in all. So let's put our attention on these instruments, as the day unfolds. All right, Mr. Laziz Building is asking me to check USD CHF. So I'll flip over there now. Now, at the beginning of the week, I gave a bearish breakout on this instrument, which has played out already. Now, today is Friday. You need to trade with a lot of caution. But notwithstanding, let me close this support zone. All right, we have a support price hitting the support level here on the daily with this rejection candle, and that was responsible for some slight bullish movement that was experienced on USD CHF yesterday. Let's go to 4 hour, 1 hour. On 1 hour, we have a triple bottom pattern. Well, I would say it may still go up. It's not a perfect or it's not a high probability setting in the real sense of it. It's not a high probability setting, but price may still go up. We're bullish on the USD JPY, so we may still have, some bullish movement on the USD CHF. But the important part of it is that price needs to break out above this trend line for that to happen. And also price needs to break out above this resistance. There's a minor resistance zone here. Okay, I think it even dates. All right. So price needs to break out above the resistance and that trend line to have a continuous bullish movement, because that triple bottom also is not an inverse head and shoulder. Can I just call it a triple bottom? Can lead to a reversal. Yeah, it can lead to a reversal. So let's just watch out in the course of today and see what happens. But I would say we have a bullish setup on it, pending when price breaks out, at least above the trend line here and also above the resistance up there. All right, that'll be all this morning. Okay, L Smart is saying I should check oil. Now, don't forget our 5X program is on. It's a special signal program from PU Prime to turn your account to a 5X over a period of time. It doesn't have to be a month. If it happens in a month, all well and good. It may extend beyond that, but the goal is to take your account from where it is to a 5X, meaning if you have $1,000 in your account over a period of time, you may discover that if you join our signal, it will turn to 5,000. We are not saying it will happen in 1 week. No, it's a period, it's a process. And people are already profiting from this group. So reach out to your account manager to guide you on how to be a part of it. It's completely different from the signal group we had before. That's a general one. This one is a specialized group. So if you want to be a part of it, reach out to your account manager who will guide you on how to be a part of this program. So Elsmart is saying I should check oil, Madam Monaji, Euro, AUD, Ogunshola Clement, gold, and BTC. I already analyzed gold. We are bearish on gold, but I'll check BTC. So I have oil, Euro, AUD, and BTC. All right, so this is US oil. Let's start from the weekly time frame. Daily. Now, the daily time frame, I gave my view a couple of days back that I expected a bearish movement. Yeah, there's been a slight bearish movement on this instrument, which happened yesterday. Can see the yesterday candle. The reason why I had a bearish outlook is because of this rejection candle on the resistance level. And yesterday we had some slight bearish movement on this instrument. Currently, price is ranging on 4 hour, equally ranging on 1 hour. There is a support level here. Now, two things could happen. Price could drop to this support and take a bounce from there. That's on one angle. On the other side, this could as well form an inverse head and shoulder for price to break out. So it's two ways. Price may drop and reverse, or it can reverse from where it is. If it's going to reverse from where it is at the moment, then this region here will be the neckline region. So if price breaks out above that line, may trigger a buy, but our advice, okay, this is already even on 1 hour, all right, so it's safe. So you don't need to go down, except you want to go down to 15 minutes. 1 hour is still very much okay. So if it breaks out as an inverse head and shoulder, wait for a breakout above that line. That's a neckline, which is a red line I just drew, and most importantly, confirm that your RSI is above 50. Otherwise, if it drops first to this support zone, it's still a good one. That means, price will be touching the support level 3 times. Then from that angle, you may want to refine your trend line to look something like this. So we have a drop and you'll be waiting for a breakout also above the trend line with your RSI above 50. So either ways, I hold a bullish outlook, but you need to patiently wait for the right setup to happen around it. So we're bullish on US oil. Next is Euro AUD. I will suggest to stay out of Euro AUD because it's just been ranging for like 2 days now. It's been in a range. Yeah, the outlook is actually bullish, but if you are not on it, just stay out. It's just ranging. It's ranging. So until a breakout happens, I mean, it's not advisable to enter into a fresh trade on Euro AUD. You're welcome, Elsmart. And finally, BTC USD.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're
God
welcome, man.
bless you.
Amen. Now for BTC USD, BTC just made an all-time high yesterday, getting as high as around $110,000 plus per BTC. But then on a closer look, yeah, we may expect it to keep going higher, but on a closer look, I say I already drew my trend line. Price is still trading around this trend line on the weekly time frame. So we may experience, even if we're going to see some continuation, there may be some slight retracement before that continuation will take place. Now, don't forget, one of the reasons for the bullish movement is because of that adoption by the United States government of Bitcoin and other crypto assets as reserve currency in the United States. So it's one of the major. So that adoption process is on. Banks and different financial institutions are adopting Bitcoin as a means of payment. In fact, I saw a video, I think it was sometimes last week, of Donald Trump. I think that's just trying to create awareness. It went to a place where they sell, I think it was ice cream or burger or something, and they made payments with BTC. If Donald Trump will do that, they're trying to create awareness that, hey, very soon you can start using your Bitcoin or other crypto assets to make direct transactions, for everyday expenses. So those kind of things will actually naturally drive a surge in the price of Bitcoin. So that could be part of what has been responsible lately, for the surge that we have seen. However, since price hit that trend line on the daily time frame, you can see there has been some slight, retracement on Bitcoin. Now, the question is, are we still buying or selling? Well, just relax. If price breaks out below the current support we have on 1 hour, then we might be tending towards a bearish movement on BTC. You can see we still have our trend line well drawn over there. So we still have our rising wedge pattern. So we have this minor support zone. All right. So if a new candle opens below that support zone and breaks out below the trend line, then we may have an appreciable bearish movement on BTC, because even currently RSI has slightly dropped below 50, is at 47. But we need a clear candle to open below both the support and the trend line to trigger a sell. Otherwise, if that does not happen and price reverses back up, then we want to wait for a break and a retest before a further continuation. So we're in between the buy and the sell on BTC, to seek clarity as to what price really is doing. Again, for confirmation, for affirmation rather, if a new candle opens below the support and the trend line, we can trigger a sell. Otherwise, if it reverses and retest the line above, then we can look for a breakout in the bullish direction. All right, so I've attended to all the questions, and we need to get our analysis to a close this morning. Once again, for the benefit of those who are joining us, who joined a bit late, we have a 5X program ongoing. It's a special signal group where you can join and over a period of time get a 5X, of your account due to the signals that have been dropped, in this group. I think 2 days ago, a 5% was achieved. Yesterday, also a 5% was achieved in that account. So that means if you keep, we're not saying it has to be 5% every day. Sometimes it may be above that, sometimes it may be below that. It's all a function of the market condition. But what is most important is that different signals from professional traders and analysts are being dropped in this group, and people are already making money. If you want to be a part of this group, just reach out to your account manager. The goal is to take your account to times 5 of what is there at the moment. So meaning if you join with $1,000 account and you follow, now please take note, you have to input the signal on your account by yourself. The signal will be dropped. The details of the signal will be there. The entry price, the take profit, the stop loss, even the recommended lot size, everything will be dropped. And even the projected number of pips. So you know what you're taking. You're not taking it, in a vague manner. You understand what you're taking. So you have to take it manually by yourself. And over time, we expect your account to grow. If you follow, just make sure you follow the rules. It's very important. If they say use 0.01 lot, don't go and use, don't say, oh, it's a professional signal from PA Prime, you now put one standard lot. Well, if you do that, you're on your own. Just follow what they ask you to do. And over time, we expect growth on your account. So it's a season for you to grow your account, and have massive profit from the Forex market. All right, we've come to the end of the analysis this morning. Do trade safe and enjoy the rest of the day. Don't forget to join us by 12:30 p.m. for the afternoon analysis session. Take care and bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rotimi.
You're
Have a
welcome, sir.
lovely week.
You too, sir.